driving your heels into the floor. 6, you don't want to be wearing socks when you're doing this. And try that core. Keep going further. That's it. This is really great for posture.
I literally just do this because of
those shoulders. 7, one more
every
time.
movement you do, you have to like pull your belly, like draw it together. It's not like a workout, but it's like me for my core.
Yeah.
Bring those elbows actually against your body, and let's get started. Inhale, come down, and exhale, push up. Don't let your legs point so hard. 7, and for 8. Good.
Me?
Hey.
I have so many people messaging me losing their shit about that picture I put of Scotty.
Oh, really?
Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it, no.
I did that. Everyone's like, oh shit. Someone's like, just tell her you touch belly buttons.
That's gross.
And I'm like, oh man, that gets you into a bit of a pickle though, doesn't it? And then Harry at ESC messaged me and he goes, margaritas.
If you buy her one margarita, she will spread her legs.
Hey, give me one margarita, I'ma open my legs. Give me 2 margaritas, I'ma give you some head.
And I was like, well, yeah, usually, but if I tell her that, we're in a pickle because Maddie makes her tequila-free margaritas.
Not up in here. Not up in here.
Oh, she'd be like, wait a minute.
Always.
Julie's like, what did you say? And I was like, oh, I told her straight up that Dad's got a sack under his willy where he keeps all his seeds, and then they come out his willy like weed. I was like, then Dad had to tell her that only happens when you're a grown-up, and then hope that she had no more questions after that. Oh shit. So someone messaged me on Instagram after that and goes, my son asked, what do baby seeds taste like? It's like, try answering that. Because I feel like the next evolution, as I said to Julie, I need to prep my answer for the next stage, like next question. Because don't you think it would be common sense? You'd be like, because when you eat, you tell them when you eat, it goes into your tummy. And so now she knows that the seed comes out the willy. So you're like, don't you reckon she's going to think that you've got to eat it?
Morning, we're down at Yamba. Thought this might be a good chance to try my first time lap. So please go nice on me. Tell me what you think.
Above the rest, you're the best I know.
On her stomach on the grass. Look at her. Look, you got denim on, girl.
Rich shade of rose.
You like my princess boots? I don't have princess boots.
No, you mean the culture. You have 2 of those boots.
These? Nah, which ones? The black cowgirl ones?
No, you mean the brown ones.
Lucky, I almost bought my cowgirl boots. I think I would have stood out like a sore thumb. I was like, I put a dress, what did I have? Oh, I had this like black oversized dress. I'm like, yeah, I'll put my cool black cowgirl boots on. And then I was like, no, I'll pack these. I think this is more appropriate for Yam. But I'm like, lucky I did, because what do I look like? Tourist man. So sometimes they play as a family and then sometimes they play with other people. But they've only got 2 of those things playing together. Okay? When we go to the pool, you'll be able to play with some more kids. And I don't know if anyone else has that awkward kid that just joins in with other families. She's like scaling that rock wall, that like vertical rock wall. That just joins in with other families. And we're like, hang on a sec. Careful, Bubba. Just wait till those people walk past. We're like trying not to discourage her being social and having conversation with adults and playing with other kids. yeah, we're trying not to discourage that, but also she's so embarrassing. Trying to like just joining in, trying to get other parents to like do stuff, or like they're playing that game with only 2 of the things, and she's like, yes, give me one, and there's already 2 kids. Oh, one of a kind, Scotty girl. Hey, we were talking, they've got this beach pool down here, so a lot of people have probably seen the ones in Bondi. I think they're in Bondi. And Maddie was like, how do they not have these everywhere, like in Australia? Because, yeah, I don't know if the upkeep's like crazy or whatever, but the water's like so nice. It's a free pool, it's ocean water coming in, no chlorine, like the best ever. There are people out here like super early swimming. There's been so many people in the water when it's freezing. But, I mean, it's Aussie winter, so it doesn't really count. Unless you're in like Canberra. He's legit just chilling. Should I don't know if he's gonna stay here. You wanna stay? Right, hey everyone, it's been a little while. I just came out here to film a little teaser for my new signature series with my brand ALC. This is them. I'll give you a little sneak peek. They're amazing and they float and they're so cool. But anyway, I came out here and I thought I'd do a quick update for YouTube on all things pregnancy. So if you're not interested in that, move on. If you are, I know there are a lot of people who love watching this kind of thing. I like watching it when I'm pregnant and it's relevant, so I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. This is obviously round 2 for me. First pregnancy was pretty smooth and easy, and you know, it was all new though, but new and exciting and pretty cruisy, nothing dramatic. Labor was long. So yeah, there's a few things that I'm doing differently this time by choice, and there's a few things that I'm doing differently this time not by choice, and then yeah, the whole thing's just different in general. So a couple of things. Training update. Training has been totally different. So if you followed along, you know I had a little bit of a complicated start that turned out to be nothing to worry about, which was amazing. But because of that, I didn't train for several months and, you know, lost a bit of fitness. And in that time, you got morning sickness and all of those kind of things. So I had to navigate that and then kind of start from scratch, essentially. It wasn't ideal that before I got pregnant, I'd kind of like had a little bit of a break, and so it feels like it was forever. Anyway, I decided either way, outside of that like complication scare and being put on rest, I decided I was gonna be a lot softer and a lot gentler this pregnancy. And that's just based off, it's 4 years later, I'm a little bit older, I'm a lot wiser, I've had a baby before and I know how that played out. I know what worked for me and what didn't work for me. And I decided to consciously make some changes to make labor a little bit better, and to just like really be in that mum and like woman vibration. I don't regret anything that I did the first time, by the way. It worked well at the time. I just think that some things could be better. So for instance, training wise, I lift a bit of a heavy barbell, like a I don't even want to say heavy, moderate heavy barbell, pretty much just squatting, and maybe like a strict press is pretty much it. But I haven't been doing any Olympic lifting. I think I could count on one hand how many times I've done a light Olympic lift with a barbell, you know, like a little hang power snatch or something like that. But otherwise, I just decided not to do it. And this pregnancy's been like a little bit harder in general. I've been sicker on and off, you know, a little bit more uncomfortable in my belly, like everything just sort of been a little bit harder, and so training has been a little bit more of an effort. It hasn't sort of felt as natural, and I've had to work for it a little bit more, knowing that it's really good for me and it's really good for Bub. Obviously there's times where I miss training, I prioritize work, I prioritize my daughter, or I prioritize some rest, but I've been consistent enough in trying to just keep moving as much as I can around life. I realized last time that, you know, it doesn't matter what you do in pregnancy, you know, when you start breastfeeding and staying up in the night and, you know, you're sleep deprived and all the hormones do their thing, that you kind of lose a lot of fitness anyway, a lot of strength. And so I've never had the mindset of trying to hold on to anything. I'm honestly just trying to keep blood flow going through to bub, keep, you know, fluid moving, all of those kind of things, endorphins, just good, all the things that my body knows, and keep a certain amount of strength. But I definitely feel a lot weaker. My body doesn't feel like as athletic as I did last time and as I have. I'm not worried about it. I know it's just temporary. I think it will actually be better on the other side when I come back. So yeah, I've just been cruising. I've been using dumbbells a lot. I do a lot of things on repeat. I think I wobble, I bike erg, ring row, dumbbell snatch, ski erg. I do those things kind of like on repeat. I was doing some burpees. I'm not doing those anymore. Yeah, it's pretty basic. At the moment, I follow the Mayhem track. I don't want to have to think about workouts, so I follow Mayhem track and then I just open it up on the different things and then I just pick and choose a few different things. I've started incorporating more accessories, and my favorite thing this pregnancy is my new thing that I haven't done since 2015 when I broke my back before regionals is Pilates. I did private Pilates back then, and it was for a rehabilitation purpose, obviously broken back, and I loved it. And then this time around I was like, look, things are a little slower, I'm really busy. Showing up to a class really helps me to be accountable, and I really love the concept of Pilates and how it has that really like mind-body connection, something that I've been prioritizing this pregnancy. So I've been doing a few Pilates classes. I want to work with a women's physio who coaches a Pilates class. I am actually looking at getting a reformer at home, and it's something that I really plan on incorporating into my CrossFit season moving forward and into competition and whatever I do. It will just be a normal part because I love it. You wouldn't think that of me. I'm the barbell girl, but I love it. I love how it makes my body feel. I love how in tune and connected I feel. So yeah, that's training. I did have a little bit of I was training one day, and I noticed that I had a bit of disconnect in my abs. And if you followed me last pregnancy, you know that I was really cautious of that, even more cautious this time and doing even less work. But it turns out I got a big, thick baby boy in there, and I had a really fast growth, and I had a much tighter midline this time. And despite not having any visible coning, doming, tenting, whatever you call it, I noticed in my own videos I watched myself train, I could see a little shadow indicating that there was a little bit more separation there than I had last time. So I went straight away back to a physio, got assessed. They said, yes, it's a little bit there. It's not a massive worry. It is what it is. Obviously be cautious in movements and do some exercises and whatever along with my pelvic floor stuff. I also went and got a second opinion who graded it less than the original person, said like, look, the best thing you can do is keep training, keep doing strength stuff, obviously do the right thing. I'm doing a lot of breath work and things like that, and it seems okay, it is what it is. I'm controlling what I can control, and I'll see what happens on the other side. And obviously I've done like rehabilitation stuff before, and I'll work to restore that. It was definitely something that was just a little bit out of my control, and just one of those difficult things on the second pregnancy. This bub kind of just didn't grow, and then all of a sudden he just went boom, and they're like, man, he's thick, he's big bubba. It happened really fast. My belly was tight. It was just kind of like the perfect storm, but it's nothing too crazy, and I feel confident in my body and in the support that I have around me. So that's cool. I still have reflux. It's settling due to some dietary changes. I removed a lot of fatty foods. I space my food out. I don't eat too much at a time. I removed pretty much all like onion, spices. I drink water. I carry this thing around with me all day, every day. It's 2 liters, and I drink a couple of those, and that helps. But it is what it is. I do get a bit of discomfort and a little bit more nausea now in the 3rd trimester, much more. I didn't have that at all last time, so that's totally different as well. Everything's a little bit more like uncomfortable. I felt pregnant quick. Everyone says second time just like totally different. You don't get the same rest because obviously I have a 4-year-old and I'm in her world, and I love that, but it means I just don't get to like chill out as much. What else is new? Overall, I think the biggest difference for me this time is definitely my attitude, but also this Bubba's, I don't know, I'm a lot more chill. I feel like I was really hormonal with Scotty. I was not the whole entire time, but I definitely felt like more mood swings and, you know, like hormonal kind of like out of control moments. And this time I've just felt so content and chill. My mood's really good. So I've had physical discomfort and like just a few just random hurdles like thrown at me all the time. But other than that, I feel really, really good. I'm really happy. I'm so content. I'm so loved up. I feel like each baby brings like my family even more connected together. I feel even closer with Maddie, with Scotty. Like we just feel like we're just glued together. And that's like the most peaceful, nicest feeling for me because I come from a broken home. And I definitely feel like having my own family has helped me so much with repairing that and that like family trauma or damage or whatever. That is all I ever really knew, and so that has been magical, and for that I feel so blessed. I feel like, yeah, my babies have like healed me, and not as a burden on them, but they just forced me to be better and to look at the situation and to be for them what I wish I had. And so all of that is really great, and I feel relaxed and happy and really grateful for the position that I'm in. So that's really cool. I have also been really deliberate in doing things that relax me. So I did a hypnobirthing course this time. I've done way more education. I did nothing last time. I was like, it's fine, my body's got this. And look, it did, but I would have liked to have known a little bit more. I think it's just powerful to have a little bit more knowledge. I've been practicing breath work every day since like early 20-something weeks. And like meditation, mindfulness, slowing down. And I have got a doula this time. So everything is about supporting me. I definitely learned that if I'm good, the rest of my family is good. I'm kind of like the rock and the foundation in this phase of life. And if I'm taken care of, and also if Maddie knows I'm taken care of, and then there's space and extra time and care for Scotty because that part's freed up for me, we're all good. So I've had the amazing support of Megan here on the Gold Coast, and I followed her forever ago and sort of imagined her being my doula, and she's been my doula. So that's awesome. But yeah, I'm doing everything a little bit slower, taking my time to just be soft and embrace it. I think that's the best thing I can do. I'm starting to get really itchy for a workout. I always say to people, they're like, are you gonna come back to competition? And I say, like with Scotty the first time, I'm like, I don't know. I'd never had a baby before. I don't know how that plays out. I don't know if I'm gonna have a complicated birth. I don't know if I'm gonna be okay or not okay, or, you know, get postpartum depression. Like, you don't know, like you don't know, so you can't make that call. And I came back super quick and it was great. And so I say, I don't know, but what I do know is that, you know, they'll always be my number one, and my time will always be dedicated to my family first. But I am itchy. I am hanging to do like a really, I'm at that tail end, and I'm like, up until this point, I haven't wanted to do a heavy workout or a crazy workout or do anything like that. And all of a sudden, I'm like craving it. So I can kind of see some fun things sort of rolling, you know, into like what next year will bring. How exactly that looks, I don't know. But I'm excited for it. It's just gonna be like a tornado because we're gonna be like a 4-for-1 package, and it's super exciting. But yeah, that's a little bit of an update. I just thought while I was here, I would give you one. It's a bit long-winded, but if there's anything in particular you would like to know, I will always have a disclaimer here in that my purpose on YouTube and on Instagram and wherever you see me is definitely not to give any advice or tell anyone how to do anything. I would never do that. That's not my place. Even if I had way more qualifications, that's not something I should be doing, but it's to tell a story. And the beauty about telling stories is that everybody has one, and the more you listen to, the more you can figure out what is right for your story. So, you know, I look to people and go, cool, they did it that way and they did it that way. I'm gonna pick what parts I like. So, yeah, I love sharing. I hope that helps. If there is anything in particular yeah, you'd like me to talk about specifically, let me know and I can add it into another video. But otherwise, watch this space, keep moving, keep going, keep working, keep training, keep mumming to my little girl, getting things ready, slowing down house renovations, ready to put that on pause, ready to bring this little boy in.